What's up everyone, Pinnacle here with another video. This time we're gonna play Xerath as support with our Ezreal. As we just saw, we're gonna be up against most likely Draven and Cillian. I expect that we're gonna get our asses kicked, to be honest, with the Cillian bombs and the Draven damage. It's gonna be a very tough lane. I can't, to be honest, actually remember how champion select went, but I have to admit, when I first saw the pike, I was also just like, oh, this is gonna end bad. Kind of a rough start here. Set apparently was not paying attention, and Ezreal used his flash to get away. This can be some troublesome. Got the kill, got Jax, so it shouldn't bother us at least that much. But it's definitely not sitting Darius in a good spot right now. But we'll see how it goes. I don't think that they plan on coming back again. Well, let's talk about Xerath now that we have the time. I really like Xerath because his long range distant damage he got. He's also usually kind of a circumstantial support to play. I wouldn't, in this case, actually, now that I think of it, I did pick him because I wanted actually to try him. I was kind of early to pick champions, so you could say I actually put this on myself. That I could end up in against the lane like this. But we'll see how it goes. Here, it's just important that you try to poke him as much as possible. Let's get the mana back, but as you just could see there, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be very rough. When it comes to playing Cillian, I would usually recommend you pick him if you know the enemy already picked like a support as Lulu, Sona, Vel'Koz. None of those, not the big engage types like Leona or Pyke as we have in this matchup. As mentioned before, I was nervous about it because Xerath is like a very easy target to go on against, because as he uses his Q, he's like going to slow down 50% of his movement speed, and therefore very easy pickings when it comes to like if they need to hit skill shots on you. And also in this case, I cannot recommend picking him against Cillian. The reason why Cillian is because like even though he's not a hard engage, the problem is Xerath also needs to sustain mana by basic attacking, and that basically makes me in this case easy target to drop bombs on, because they can kind of see when I try to go in and get some mana. But in this case now, I've been trying to get some mana, but they're really good at zoning me. The only really good thing we got going here is that when it comes to their AD carrier against this Draven, is we can kind of predict where we should land our Qs and spells towards him because of his ability where he needs to pick up his blades. And he noticed this now, that he kind of have to let them go because I'm trying to hit him every time I'm trying to pick them up. Managed to get at least some mana back. I don't know what Draven going here. Wow. Very deep going from a Draven there. I could see him, I could see why he wanted to try this. But the issue is just like, he was kind of depending on, in this situation, that I would goof my stun. Because if I would have goofed it and not hit him there, he would definitely have succeeded getting Ezreal before dying, and therefore getting his passive procced, getting that additional gold. But now he just kind of actually gave us some hope. That's really nice. Top is really in trouble here. So this, at least we got this going for us, which is very nice. Oh, is the score now? They're already 5 kills. Okay. We do have a decent strong setup. We are lacking AP which is also the case. I can remember now also in Champion Select, the guys more or less already have picked what they wanted to play. And I could see we were lacking AP, which is why I chose Xerath also. Because you need this, you need the mix of damage types that you deal. When you're in lower elo, like silver or gold, you can't get away from this. Because it's not always your enemies, actually your opponent is thinking about this and building against it. But if you're in at least here now that we're in plat, and further when you get higher, the enemies just build around it, and then you're done as long as the game continues on, because they get more and more items, basically just completely preventing you from being able to kill them at all. Score now 1-6. This is gonna be a very, very rough game. As Xerath, I would recommend you you should get the, now I can't recall the item's name, but the one where you send out the ghosts, so you can basically gain some kind of additional capabilities of helping your team out in certain stages. Otherwise, just get some AP items. I might gonna try a different path here, because things are not turning out that well, to be honest. There we go. Draven is really kill hungry. This is good. This is very, very good. This keeps us in the game, basically. The Draven is going so ham. Just gonna take a sip of my coffee, just a second. Oh, let's cancel. Maybe I should put an overextension counter here. I have to admit, like in these matches, it's rough for me at least to keep an eye on the minimap, what's going on, because we are really hard counted here. With, as you just saw, Draven is also just trying to bully us out. He's not doing that well with it though. That's at least really good. But I'm just completely zoned in on what's going on the lane. So I would again not recommend going this pick Xerath out of the blue. But again, against Lulu and stuff like that, he's very, very strong because of his damage potential. Very great gank from Rammus there. Also can be able to keep us in the game here. Let's see if we can get a Drake out of this, actually. That would be really good. And getting kill on me is also very nice. The reason why I also picked I finished the boots here is because I need movability. Draven and Cillian's abilities to just gain more movement speed, I need to try to counter that in some extent by having more movement speed myself on my own. Otherwise I would have begun building the item with the ghosts, also to gain some more AP. When it comes to boots specifically, I will always recommend generally pick sorcery, as I did now, for the magic penetration. Because in this game I need to go damage. I need to be the AP damage dealing. You could go the ones... Very nice. Silly, basically delayed. I was actually only using my ult here to try to deal some damage, basically. So we could give Israel some peace, a little bit of peace to be able to farm, as he's also having a rough lane of course. You could have gone the cooldown boots instead, because you're capable of throwing your stuns and a small amount of damage to slow with the W. It's circumstantial, but in this game I need to be the one providing the AP. So that's why I went with the sorcery shoes in this particular case. 6-11. It's a good time to go back. Draven is starting to roam now, apparently. I guess he's seeing if he got his luck on another lane. This does mean though that I can. I could start considering actually just let Ezreal be bot by himself with the Cillian, so he can farm in peace. So I can start roaming as well. When you're playing support, you kind of have to. If you're, you kind. Yeah, how can I explain this? Try to mirror your opponent's playstyle on the bottom lane when it comes to roaming. If you're, as in this particular case, Draven is apparently, I would assume, it usually should have been Cillian, of course, starting roaming, and Draven just keep farming bottom. But as Draven now is starting roaming, one of us should be start roaming as well. To equal out what the opponent is doing, because now they're putting more pressure on different lanes, and here we're suddenly only two gaining the XP where they're only being one person getting XP. We're sharing it, so we're slowly gonna fall behind in that regard, and the kill potentials and stuff like that goes down. So I think it's time for me to leave the lane and just let Ezreal have a dance with Cillian. Let me see if I can be capable of applying pressure here. This is gonna look good. Maybe he haven't spotted me. Nope. And just like that, here we go. We managed to cancel out a bad situation where Zed got killed by Kha'Zix. I have 3 kills under my belt now, and I think, yeah, I'm not gonna go support build in this particular match at all. I need the AP. I need to carry this. Let's try at least to, in some kind of way, do my part, equal out. They're putting pressure on top. I need to come up there. These were 2 guys. Gonna help them with the ultimate here. A little bit out of range. Let's see how it goes. Well, we got a Jax flash. That's rather very nice. Oh, they're draining. I think we're still continuing draining. Just standing there. I guess we got really on tilt here. Go. Just gonna poke a little bit. But Darius catch up. I don't know, I took that minion, but I'm still gonna see if we can keep Darius in the game. I'm just gonna try, you know, like, it's important that you do. I'm trying not to step on my teammates' toes here. I know I could have tried and focus on getting the cannon minion to get more gold and stuff like that, but I rather want to be on a good terms with Darius. It's basically showing him that he still should be trying to carry and stay within the game. It's the small victories, you know. He's been having a very, very tough time on top lane. So again, me just helping here, giving him some breathing room to maybe keep his morale also up. Again, Ezreal fell there. Time for Drake. Just sit there. Oh. Okay. I know this is my fault. I shouldn't rely on set there, but yeah. Yeah, the issue with that fight is that I was kind of expecting that that Zed would just, even though he didn't have his ultimate, just apply pressure on them. as in being there and at least standing around near me to make sure I was safe. But it's my fault to rely on that. And that's a very important lesson, actually. Don't blame your teammate when it comes to, like, you should not expect your teammate to do certain things. And that's where people in general can go really, really bad. Take a moment. Fine here, yep. Goody. Where were I? Okay, yes. When it comes to, like when you're playing with 4 random people on your team, with all sorts of different play styles, skill levels. They can be having a bad day, a good day. You cannot really notice. Of course, we get indications throughout the game and stuff like that, and we have a rank and so on. But don't blame your teammates when it comes to mistakes you also could have prevented. For example, in this fight we just had at the Drake, I was expecting Zed would be around me to kind of try to zone them out, because he's also one of the guys on my team that is doing fine when it comes to farming and killing people. But it's my fault that I was so far up front. I just tried to follow Ramos there though. And I'm, as a champion, and as Xerath in this case, need to stay back. I just need to poke. And I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that there without putting myself in danger by going so far front. So I'm not blaming Zed for not being there. I'm blaming myself for not being further back, actually. Just giving up the Drake. Because he could be like, I cannot do stuff. I don't have my ultimate. I cannot really poke. They might know this, and that's completely great playstyle. If they knew he wouldn't have his ultimate, anyway, they would still just jump me. So there's a lot of situations where I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. In any case, don't blame your teammate. That's my point. When something goes wrong like that, try yourself to see what could you do instead. Because, like, you're gonna play one game with these guys, for example, now, and then you're done with them. And then you can, whether you win or lose this game, just be like, oh, it's their fault and so on, and you're not improving yourself in that way. You're just like, oh, it was top lane's fault we lost the game because they were doing like that. No, try to look back or think, what could I have done differently? How could I have turned the tables? Where were my mistakes here? And that's, of course, we're not perfect. I'm also gonna tilt sometimes and stuff like that, but you should try to go in games with the mentality of don't expect stuff from your teammates in certain regards. Also when it comes to, like the counter picking and stuff like that. In this particular case, they counter picked Cillian against me, and I could, as we also saw, I almost got my butt kicked like crazy bottom lane with Israel. But it could also be like they had a really bad game and so on, and we would have kept bot against them. Yeah, we couldn't. You cannot expect that, and that's my point. Also, when you're having guys on your team, just like been playing 300 points or 300,000 points on a certain champion. Don't expect too much of them. You cannot go into a game in loading screen and be like, okay, we're gonna win mid because he got 300 games and the other guy has like 0 points in it or no level on it. You cannot know that because you're just setting yourself up for disappointments and motivation and you trying to stay cool is one of them. Is a very important thing when you play this game, because you can find multiple reasons to be tilted all the time, and tilting is just gonna make you play worse. Your team is gonna perform worse if you're gonna openly say it in chat. It's just not good for anything. So I know I just type we got greedy instead of saying like, oh my god, guys, what are you doing? This is not good. What are we in bronze or what is going on? No, I'm just saying we got greedy here. Not pointing anyone particularly out, but it just point out, okay, let's try not to do this again. We're not in that state where we can go mayhem. We're kind of equal with them now when it comes to kills and farms, so let's put on our big pants and power through, basically. There is still struggling a lot, I guess, here. 162. Grab some coffee. I hope you got some coffee as well. Tea, whatever you prefer to drink. Pick the mushroom. Oh, nice snipe from Ezreal. You need to go back now. Don't think we're gonna get more. That's optimistic. If you didn't notice, there was ping for going to Baron. Pushing front, that's nice. Oh, set the screen. Here I'm just trying to zone because I can see Kha'Zix is around, and when he disappears, it like that, go invisible. I wasn't sure where he was, and if Zed dies, basically completely kills our momentum. Gramus is really going deep. Quite surprised. Haha, fourth turn is the charm. Bring around the roses. This is doing really great calls right now. We could actually go Baron now that they have 2 death. Just gonna ping that. Here, don't forget to steal their farm while you can. What you get, they cannot take. As some kind of wise man maybe have said. Now I'm just gonna take some mana also. They might try to come and defend. Now it looks like Kha'Zix is bot side, and they're just gonna let us take it. Nice. We should definitely back now also. Reset. Let's see if we can make some kind of push. Yeah, it's time for dragon. It's a good dragon. This room's not coming. This game can still completely... we have come out of the laning phase now. Oh. Well done, Israel. It's very important he didn't die there. Looks like enemies just laying back. I apologize, I'm so quiet right now, guys. I'm basically trying to figure out how we should finish up this game now that we actually hit. I need to get them out and get in there. Set is going deep again. That's been said this game. Just gonna try to keep Ramus in the back. There we go. It's over there. Really well done. Set has really good damage here. I think we can, if we play this well, we can actually finish the game out now. Sit still as yeah. Slow and steadily. Yeah, I think we got this now. Yeah, definitely. Well done from Set, actually, also getting picked there. You know what, guys? Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. GG, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you like the video. And take care. I'm just gonna let the video run a little bit more, so if you want to, you can sit down and watch the stats. And until next time, bye bye.